Imagine sinking your teeth into a warm, juicy burger, slurping a creamy milkshake, or devouring a crispy bucket of fried chicken. Delicious, right? But here's the thing. What if I told you that behind that burger, bun, or taco shell lies a history so twisted that it could rival the plot of a Hollywood thriller? A tale of broken friendships, shady backroom deals, secret recipes, and corporate betrayals that shaped billion-dollar fast food empires. Did the McDonald's founder really cheat his way to the top? What dark truth did Colonel Sanders hate about his own chicken empire? How did a stolen taco recipe turn into a nationwide craze? And which company started as a milkshake machine and became a global phenomenon? Hold on to your fries, because this is the real story of how fast food giants clawed their way to the top, one betrayal, one secret deal, and one power move at a time. And hey, before we peel back the golden wrappers of truth, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. It's free, unlike the billions these corporations have made. Let's start with the king of fast food, McDonald's. Today, there are more than 40,000 McDonald's locations in more than 100 countries. But the story of how it became a global giant is nothing short of a Shakespearean tragedy. Back in the 1940s, two brothers, Richard and Maurice McDonald, owned a humble drive-in burger joint in San Bernardino, California. Tired of slow service and unruly kitchens, they reinvented the way food was made. Their speedy service system turned the kitchen into an assembly line where burgers, fries, and shakes were churned out with lightning speed. It was simple, brilliant, and unlike anything anyone ever seen before. What made the speedy service system revolutionary was its ability to churn out consistent quality food in record time. The brothers even went as far as drawing the layout of their kitchen on a tennis court to perfect the workflow. Each station had a specific task: grilling patties, assembling burgers, or frying potatoes. It was a symphony of efficiency, a system that would later inspire not just the fast food industry, but manufacturing processes across various sectors. Enter Ray Kroc, a struggling milkshake machine salesman. In 1954, Kroc walked into the McDonald's Brothers restaurant and saw dollar signs. The brothers were content with their small operation, but Kroc, well, he saw a franchise empire in the making. He convinced the brothers to let him expand McDonald's across the country, promising to share profits and grow their dream. But here's where the betrayal kicks in. As Kroc expanded McDonald's franchises, his hunger for control grew. By 1961, Kroc offered to buy out the McDonald's brothers for $2.7 million, seemingly a fortune at the time. The deal looked fair, except for one little detail. The brothers had allegedly made a handshake agreement with Kroc for 0.5% of future royalties. That tiny percentage would have been worth billions today. Kroc refused to put it in writing, and the brothers, trusting him, signed the deal. Soon after, Kroc took control of McDonald's, wiped their names off everything, and opened a competing McDonald's restaurant right across the street from their original location, driving them out of business. The brothers were left with nothing but their memories. Kroc built McDonald's into a global empire and became a billionaire. The McDonald brothers? They disappeared into obscurity, losing not only their restaurant, but also the legacy of their own name. Kroc didn't just buy out the McDonald's brothers. He also took drastic measures to ensure his vision prevailed. For instance, he introduced a strict franchise model where every franchisee had to follow the same menu, design, and operational guidelines. This uniformity became McDonald's trademark, but also caused friction with early franchise owners who wanted more creative control. It's a cold reminder, in the fast food world, greed often wins. And while Ray Kroc walked away with a billion-dollar empire, Colonel Sanders' story takes a much darker turn. How much did the man behind KFC end up hating his own chicken empire? Now let's talk about Kentucky Fried Chicken, or KFC, where the chicken is crispy but the story is anything but clean. Harlan Sanders, better known as Colonel Sanders, started selling fried chicken out of a gas station in Kentucky in the 1930s. He perfected his recipe of 11 herbs and spices, a recipe so good people drove miles just to get a taste. But Sanders' rise to fame didn't happen until he was in his 60s. By the 1950s, Sanders began franchising his recipe, traveling door to door to persuade restaurant owners to sell his chicken. The brand took off, and by the early 1960s, KFC was growing faster than Sanders could handle. In 1964, at the age of 73, Sanders sold KFC to a group of investors for $2 million. He thought it was a fair deal, but here's where the twist comes in. Sanders believed he was only selling the right to expand franchises. In reality, he sold everything: the brand, the recipe, and his image. The new owners commercialized KFC, cutting corners to make the chicken cheaper and profits bigger. And Sanders hated it. He publicly criticized the company, calling their gravy wallpaper paste and their chicken garbage. Imagine that, the face of the company trashing his own product. Things got so heated that KFC sued Sanders for defamation in 1978, demanding $122 million. Sanders countersued, claiming the company was destroying his reputation. They eventually settled out of court, but the Colonel remained bitter until his death. Despite the betrayal, Sanders' recipe remains one of the world's most closely guarded secrets. It's locked in a vault, and only 2 people in the world know the formula. The recipe isn't just locked in a vault, it's surrounded by a layer of intrigue. To keep it secret, KFC splits the production of the spice blend between 2 separate companies, so no one has access to the entire formula. Some employees even sign non-disclosure agreements before handling the ingredients. The Colonel may have lost control, but his fried chicken legacy is truly untouchable. Next, let's talk about Burger King, the flame-grilled competitor to McDonald's. But here's the kicker: Burger King's entire empire started as a copycat. In 1954, 2 entrepreneurs, James McLemore and David Edgerton, opened a burger restaurant in Miami. Their inspiration was McDonald's. They took McDonald's assembly line model and added their own twist: a flame-grilled burger, and now the iconic Whopper. Burger King grew fast, but the founders soon sold the company to Pillsbury in 1967 for $18 million. Pillsbury struggled to compete with McDonald's, so they hired a secret weapon: Donald Smith, a former McDonald's executive. Smith brought McDonald's strategies to Burger King, tightening franchising rules, simplifying menus, and launching aggressive marketing campaigns. The strategy ultimately worked, and Burger King became McDonald's biggest rival. But the flame-grilled empire could not escape its roots. Critics still call Burger King the ultimate copycat, forever living in the shadow of McDonald's. Now let's switch to Mexican-inspired fast food: Taco Bell. This story is as crunchy as a hard-shell taco, and it's just as messy. Burger King may have been a copycat, but Taco Bell's story takes copying to a whole new level. What if I told you that Taco Bell's billion-dollar idea wasn't so original after all? In the 1950s, Glenn Bell owned a hot dog stand in San Bernardino, California. Right across the street was the Mitla Cafe, a small family-owned Mexican restaurant that was always packed. Their specialty? Hard-shell tacos. Bell became curious. He befriended the owners, learned their secret, and quietly copied their recipe. In 1962, he opened the first Taco Bell, marketing Mexican-inspired food to the masses, and the concept exploded. Bell streamlined the menu, kept prices low, and turned tacos into fast food gold. But here's the twist: Mitla Cafe never got credit. Glenn Bell sold Taco Bell to PepsiCo in 1978 for $125 million. Meanwhile, the family that unknowingly inspired the idea remained a small local business. While Glenn Bell profited off the recipe, Mitla Cafe remains a cultural icon in its own right. It's not just a restaurant, it's a piece of history, serving as a testament to authentic Mexican cuisine. Today, it's still run by the descendants of its original founders, and it's even recognized as a historical landmark in San Bernardino. To this day, Mitla Cafe still exists, serving the same tacos that sparked a billion-dollar empire. They may not have the fortune, but they still have the flavor. But if you thought the stolen recipes were bad, here's where things get really wild. Did you know that some fast food giants have been accused of deliberately sabotaging their competitors? Here's how it would work. In the 1970s and 1980s, certain fast food companies would deliberately open locations right next to smaller competitors, undercut their prices, and lure away customers. Sounds like fair competition, right? Well, not exactly. Some insiders allege that these bigger chains would lose money intentionally on those locations just to crush the smaller rivals. Once the little guys folded, the big chains would jack up prices and dominate the local market. It's a classic move. Eliminate the competition, then raise the stakes. Ruthless? Absolutely. Effective? Unfortunately, yes. And do you remember Glenn Bell's Taco Bell success? Some small Mexican restaurants experience eerily similar tactics, being driven out of business when Taco Bell moved into town. Coincidence? We'll let you be the judge. We've seen power grabs, stolen ideas, and broken promises, but there's more where that came from. If you're enjoying these eye-opening stories, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. We've got more untold truths about your favorite foods coming soon. Now let's talk about Wendy's, where square burgers and Frosties rule supreme. We've seen stolen recipes and ruthless power plays, but did guilt almost ruin one of America's most iconic burger chains? Founded by Dave Thomas in 1969, Wendy's was built on a similar promise: fresh, never frozen beef. Dave named the restaurant after his daughter, Melinda, whose nickname was Wendy. Thomas had a clear vision. After working for KFC under Colonel Sanders, he learned the importance of simplicity in branding. He used those lessons to build Wendy's into a fast food giant. But here's the emotional twist. Dave Thomas spent his years later consumed by guilt. Wendy became the face of the franchise, but the fame brought her unwanted attention and pressure. Dave admitted that putting his daughter in the spotlight was a decision he later regretted, and he spent years trying to protect her from the brand he created. Wendy's success came with a personal cost, a sobering reminder that even billion-dollar legacies aren't free. And finally, let's talk about the unsung hero of the fast food world, the multi-mixer milkshake machine. Ray Kroc's discovery at McDonald's wasn't by chance. He was selling multi-mixers, machines that can mix 5 milkshakes at once. When he heard about McDonald's brothers' booming business, he had to see it for himself. The milkshake machine became the symbol of fast food: speed, efficiency, and automation. Without that machine, Ray Kroc might have never discovered McDonald's, and the fast food industry as we know it might not actually exist. In 1965, a 17-year-old man named Fred DeLuca had a simple dream: to pay for college. But when his job as a part-time paperboy couldn't cut it, he turned to family friend Dr. Peter Buck, who lent him $1,000 to open a sandwich shop. The shop, originally called Pete's Super Submarines, had a modest goal: sell fresh, affordable sandwiches. But Fred and Peter didn't stop there. By 1974, the duo had rebranded to Subway and adopted an aggressive franchising model, which rapidly expanded their reach. Subway became the king of the fast food sandwich world, offering customizable options that set it apart from burger-dominated chains. The Eat Fresh tagline wasn't just a marketing ploy. It actually represented the chain's unique selling point in a market saturated with fried food. By the early 2000s, Subway had surpassed McDonald's in the number of locations worldwide. But all empires face challenges. Subway's rapid expansion came at a cost: oversaturation. Franchise owners often found themselves competing against neighboring Subways, leading to bitter lawsuits and declining profits. Additionally, public perception took a hit when Jared Fogle, Subway's longtime spokesperson, became embroiled in a high-publicity scandal. By the mid-2010s, franchise closures were outpacing new openings, and the chain struggled to retain its once dominant market share. Still, Subway's story is a remarkable tale of grit, ambition, and innovation. From a single sandwich shop funded by a $1,000 loan to becoming one of the most recognizable food brands in the world, Subway's journey shows the heights and pitfalls of chasing the American dream. The universal comfort food. While fast food giants like McDonald's and KFC were perfecting burgers and fried chicken, the pizza industry saw its own fierce rivalry unfold. In one corner was Domino's, founded by Tom Monahan in 1960 with a single store in Michigan. Tom's vision? Deliver hot, fresh pizza to customers' doors faster than anyone else. Domino's introduced the iconic 30 minutes or less delivery guarantee, a risky promise that came with its own controversies, including lawsuits over delivery drivers causing accidents. In the other corner was Pizza Hut, founded in 1958 by two brothers, Dan and Frank Carney, in Wichita, Kansas. Armed with a $600 loan, the brothers created a pizza chain with a focus on dine-in experiences and family-friendly branding. Pizza Hut wasn't just selling pizza. It was selling an experience, a place where families could gather and share a meal. By the 1980s, Pizza Hut was the undisputed leader in the pizza world, and thousands of locations had a reputation for creative menu additions like the stuffed crust pizza. But Domino's didn't back down. Recognizing that the future of fast food was convenience, Domino's pivoted heavily towards delivery and later technology. In 2007, Domino's introduced its groundbreaking pizza tracking app, allowing customers to watch their orders in real time. This innovation gave Domino's a competitive edge, helping it overtake Pizza Hut as the top pizza delivery chain by the 2010s. The rivalry between Domino's and Pizza Hut has shaped the fast food pizza industry, proving that innovation and adaptability are as important as great food. Whether you preferred a stuffed crust or a lightning-fast delivery, one thing is for sure: the pizza wars are far from over. Coffee might not be fast food in the traditional sense, but the battle between Dunkin' and Starbucks is one of the most iconic rivalries in the industry. Founded in 1950 in Quincy, Massachusetts, positioned itself as the everyman's coffee shop, affordable, no frills, and focused on convenience. Meanwhile, Starbucks, founded in 1971 in Seattle, Washington, took the opposite approach, branding itself as a premium coffee experience. Dunkin' found early success with its Time to Make the Donuts campaign, emphasizing its commitment to fresh handmade products. But Starbucks was a game changer. By introducing customers to upscale coffee culture with offerings like lattes and frappuccinos, Starbucks redefined how Americans consumed coffee. The chain also embraced the concept of a third place, a cozy space between home and work where customers could relax. The rivalry intensified as both chains expanded globally, each trying to outdo the other with new menu items and loyalty programs. Dunkin' even dropped the donuts from its name in 2018, signaling a shift towards a broader beverage focus. Today, the coffee clash continues, with each brand fiercely loyal to its core customer base. Arby's doesn't just sell roast beef sandwiches, it sells an experience for meat lovers. Founded in 1964 by brothers Forrest and Leroy Raffle, Arby's aimed to carve out a niche in a burger-dominated market. Their concept? Serve high-quality roast beef sandwiches in a fast food setting, elevating the dining experience for customers seeking something different. The name Arby's is a play on the initials RB Raffle Brothers, though many mistakenly think it stands for roast beef. From the start, the chain distinguished itself with unique menu items like curly fries and Jamocha shakes, which became instant fan favorites. Over the years, Arby's has leaned into its meat-centric branding with the now famous tagline, "We have the meats." The company also embraced bold marketing campaigns that playfully mocked its competition while celebrating its commitment to hearty, meaty offerings. Despite facing challenges in the 1990s, including declining sales and stiff competition, Arby's staged a remarkable comeback in the 2010s. Strategic acquisitions, revamped menu items, and an unapologetically bold brand voice helped the chain regain its footing. Today, Arby's is a fast food staple, proving that there's always room for something different in a crowded market. Long before chicken sandwiches became the talk of the fast food world, Chick-fil-A quietly perfected the art. Founded in 1967 by S. Truett Cathy, this Atlanta-based chain introduced the concept of a fast food chicken sandwich when everyone else was still focused on burgers. But what set Chick-fil-A apart wasn't just the food, it was the experience. Truett Cathy insisted on a customer-first philosophy, emphasizing hospitality, cleanliness, and consistency. Employees didn't just serve food, they created an atmosphere of care, hence the now famous "My Pleasure" response. The restaurant also made a bold decision to close on Sundays, sacrificing profits to honor Cathy's religious beliefs. While critics initially saw this as a misstep, it became a defining feature that set Chick-fil-A apart from its competitors. Over the years, Chick-fil-A has faced its share of controversies, particularly over its stance on social issues, yet its popularity has only grown. The launch of the Eat More Chicken campaign in the mid-1990s features cows begging people to spare their lives, becoming one of the most iconic ad campaigns in fast food history. Today, Chick-fil-A dominates the chicken sandwich market, consistently topping customer satisfaction surveys and leaving competitors scrambling to catch up. While most fast food chains aim for global domination, In-N-Out Burger took a different approach. Stay small, stay local, and stay exceptional. Founded in 1948 by Harry and Ethel Snyder in Baldwin Park, California, In-N-Out pioneered the drive-thru concept, allowing customers to order via a two-way speaker system, an innovation years ahead of its time. In-N-Out has always prioritized quality over quantity. The chain refuses to franchise or freeze its ingredients, ensuring that every burger is made fresh. Its secret menu, featuring items like animal-style burgers and fries, has added an air of exclusivity, attracting die-hard fans who view In-N-Out as more than just a restaurant, it's a lifestyle. But what truly sets In-N-Out apart is its cult-like following. Lines often stretch around the block, with customers willing to wait hours for a double-double and a perfectly blended milkshake. Even celebrities like Gordon Ramsay and Anthony Bourdain have sung its praises, cementing In-N-Out's status as a fast food legend. Despite its relatively small footprint, In-N-Out has proven that sometimes less is more. By staying true to its roots, the chain has built an empire on simplicity, quality, and unwavering customer loyalty. Before McDonald's, before Burger King, there was White Castle, the original fast food pioneer. Founded in 1921 by Billy Ingram and Walter Anderson in Wichita, Kansas, White Castle didn't just create a burger chain, it invented the fast food industry, with its tiny square sliders, pristine white buildings, and assembly line efficiency. White Castle laid the groundwork for the entire concept of quick, affordable dining. The founders understood the power of perception. At a time when ground beef was viewed with skepticism due to the infamous The Jungle expose, White Castle used its spotless stainless steel kitchens to assure customers of its cleanliness and quality. The iconic 5-cent burger quickly became a staple of American life, feeding hungry factory workers and families alike. White Castle also introduced innovations that are now industry standards, such as pre-portioned patties, standardized cooking methods, and branding consistency. While they never reached the global scale of its competitors, White Castle remains a beloved institution celebrated for its nostalgic charm and legendary sliders. Without White Castle, the fast food industry as we know it might never have existed. Its story is a testament to the power of vision, innovation, and a really good burger. In the early 2000s, a new category of dining emerged: fast casual. Combining the speed of fast food with the quality and ambience of a sit-down restaurant, fast casual chains like Chipotle and Panera Bread reshaped the industry. Chipotle, founded by Steve Ells in 1993, revolutionized the concept of assembly line dining, allowing customers to customize burritos, tacos, and bowls with fresh, ethically sourced ingredients. The chain's Food with Integrity campaign highlights its commitment to sustainable farming and transparency, winning over health-conscious diners. Meanwhile, Panera Bread, founded in 1987 as the St. Louis Bread Company, brought a bakery cafe vibe to the fast food world. With its artisan bread, soups, and salads, Panera offered a cozy alternative to the hustle of traditional fast food. The chain also embraced technology early, introducing self-service kiosks and digital ordering to streamline operations. The rise of fast casual proved that customers were willing to pay a little more for quality, convenience, and a better dining experience. While these chains might not fit in the traditional fast food mold, their influence on the industry is undeniable. Fast food isn't just about burgers and fries. It's about ambition, betrayal, and power. Behind every golden arch, crispy drumstick, and frosty cup lies a story of winners and losers, of people who sacrifice friendships, trust, and even their legacies to build empires that feed billions today. Which story shocked you the most? Drop a comment below and let us know. And if you want more jaw-dropping stories like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and don't forget to check out our other videos on our channel. I promise you won't regret it. Until next time, remember, the truth is always on the menu. Thank you for watching.